Hello everyone. So in today's video, I want to show you how we can monitor your connection between the delivery controller and the SQL server. How we can prevent issues or see them very fast. So for example, if your DDC loses the connection to the SQL server for a few seconds or under 1 or 2 minutes, you will not see anything here in director. I mean, you will not see if users are trying to connect, because as you know, the high availability only starts after 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not exactly sure, but it needs at least 2 minutes. So those 2 minutes, your environment is practically unreachable for the users, and you will probably not know that. And I want to show you in this video how you can monitor an event from the event viewer that will give you the information that something is wrong, and I will monitor it with Grafana. And first we will go through an example, and I will show you how it works, and after that later on in this video I will show you how to configure your own dashboard so that you can also monitor this very easily. Okay, so first let's start with an example. Let's start by signing in. Okay, so let me see, storefront, yes. Okay, so I will just start an application, and we will check out Citrix director to see if everything is fine. It should see my session, not immediately. It will take some time. So okay, so I'm on a VDA. It does take a little bit of time for director to see an active session. User 01. So it sees me connected, but in the dashboard. Okay, now, so I'm connected, and it sees my session. I will leave this like this, so that I have one session. And now let's for a moment let's stop the access to our SQL server, but I will not stop it completely. I mean, not completely. I will not stop it for more than 2 minutes. I prepared a script that will block the access, so the incoming communication on port 1433 for a few seconds, and then it will unlock it, and it will block it again, and it will unlock it. This will mimic a network issue, or for example, if the SQL server has the CPU at 100%, you will encounter the same issue. So the DDCs will try to send informations, and because the CPU is at 100%, the SQL will not be able to process the new data, and you will get the events that the database connection has been lost in the event viewer. Okay, so let's go on a DDC. So I already opened here event viewer so that we can check the events, and in Grafana we will see here a lot of numbers. They will show up in red. So what I've done, I'm interrogating the event viewer every 1 minute, and I'm checking for two event IDs, so 1200 and 1201. Those are the event IDs that I'm searching for. One is database connection lost, and the other one is database connection reestablished, or something like that. Okay, let's enough talking. Let's start the script that will mess up the communication with the SQL database, and we will see in a few seconds the first event here in event viewer. It does take a little bit of time because Citrix does not interrogate constantly the database. So here it is. So 1201 means database connection has been lost. Now what's interesting, and you know it if you are a Citrix admin, as I told you in the beginning of this video, the high availability does not kick in immediately, so it needs around 2 or 5 minutes, I'm not sure, but more than 2. And those 2 minutes are basically a dead time for your users, because for those 2 minutes they cannot log in, and if your network connection drops and recovers, or the SQL server refuses to process the information from your DDC, you will have events like this in event viewer. So it connects, it disconnects, it connects, it disconnects, it connects, it disconnects. And with Grafana, what I've done, if you monitor it like I do, let's say here 5 seconds, we will see that events will start to show up. So as we can see in the event viewer, we had a DB connection lost, and a DB connection reestablished. And what we are doing here, we're just counting, but normally you should have here all the time 0. So 0. So your SQL, your DDC should never lose connection to the SQL server. And what we are monitoring is we are just counting the events, and here they will just grow. I've done a few tests a couple of hours ago, and if I go here for 6 hours, you can see that I have recorded all the connection and the reconnection, connection lost and reconnection. So this is a very good monitoring, because, for example, when you start your shift in the morning and you put your filter on, I don't know, last 3 hours, and you see something like this, then you need to immediately get in touch with the SQL team or with the networking team, because you have an issue, and your users will not, when this happens in your environment, your users will not be able to connect, and you will not directly know it, because director will not report. Let's try to connect again with a different user. No, not with this one. Why did it get me the same user? Let me try different storefront. Storefront 2. So it will also take a little bit longer for the login process. Let's go with user 02. Now user 02 gets the enumeration, so he sees his application, but let's see if he can actually start something. So as we are testing in the background, the script that blocks and unblocks the SQL port is running, and we can see that we cannot start. And normally this type of event should be recorded in director. Let's go, let's see, did it record? Let's refresh. So no errors. Let me try one more time. User 01, okay. Let me try. So this is user 02. And again, the user cannot get the ICA file because Citrix does not switch immediately to high availability. And this is your issue. Oh wait, we got an ICA. Let's say, does it start? Okay, we managed to actually start it. Let's see, director. Director is also struggling to get information because it sometimes, so the database connection establishes for a few seconds, then it drops again. It establishes, then it drops again. This is why we also got the ICA file for user 02. So it's not completely dead, but it is also very hard for users to get in. Okay, let's exit. Oh baby, log off. Let's try to open it one more time. Let's check the monitoring last 15 minutes. Okay, so we have a lot of connection load. We lose a lot of we lose the connection to the SQL, so we are still in a bad shape. Okay, this is 01. Let me try to open again. And this is not normal it shouldn't take so much. Let's see if we can. Okay, we got an ICA file again. Nevertheless, if you have, I don't know, hundreds of users that will try to reconnect, they will not be able to. And yeah, nothing will be recorded in director, because when the database is disconnected, director cannot get any events. Let's try one more user. So new incognito. Let's try another user. Cannot complete your requests. Yeah. Log off. Yeah, so you definitely have issues. Yeah, let's stop the madness. So let's solve our issue. I'm stopping the script and let me check the firewall because this is just creating. Where is the refresh here? So let me delete the rule directly. Okay, so now we should be back back to normal in a few seconds. We can see here all the connecting and disconnecting events. And now we should see a last one that we reconnected. And we should now be able to connect much faster without any issues. So there is a clear difference now. I'm able to connect almost immediately without any issues. Okay, and let's check out Grafana. So we had an equal amount of database disconnect events and database reconnect events. This is also an important thing because if you have database connection lost here 12 and you have only 11, so you have 12 disconnects and you have only 11 reconnection events. This means that your database never reconnected, so the DDC is not able to reconnect at all. So you need to take in consideration that those numbers, the connections versus connection lost, should be equal, or at least very close to another. So if you do not see a reconnect event, then you should also immediately check your infrastructure, your DDCs, because they are probably in high availability. Okay, so let's try to go a little bit lower, 5 minutes. I'm waiting for at least 5 minutes to pass so that we can see that everything will go to green. This is the moment where we have no more issues. So if we don't see any events, then our environment has recovered. 12 hours, a lot of events. Okay, until some time is passing away, let's actually dive in and let's start with InfluxDB, because this one is gathering our information. So what I've done, I just created a bucket and that was basically it, because the rest is done from one of the DDCs. So if you have multiple farms, I recommend you to create on each farm on one of the DDCs to create a task schedule like I've done. Maybe there are also other ways to do it, but this is how I've done it and I will show you. So let's go task schedule. So what I'm doing, I'm basically running a PowerShell script every minute that interrogates the event viewer. So it looks for event ID 1201 and 1200, and it sends that information to the InfluxDB. And from there, Grafana reads the information and displays it on the dashboard. So let's take a look at the scheduled task. I'm running it under system so that we do not depend on any system accounts, not system accounts, service accounts, because if you use a service account once a year, you have to change that password, and I don't want to do that. So this is why I can run it under system, and you will not need to change any passwords. The triggers, let's actually add it. Okay, so running under system, it triggers every minute, daily. So it runs, it interrogates the event viewer every 1 minute. It does run the PowerShell script that I talked about. It's in C, Citrix monitoring, and other conditions I did not set. I left everything to default. Okay, so this is the logic behind it. So the task scheduler runs the PowerShell script every minute. Let's take a look at the PowerShell script. It's under Citrix monitoring. Okay, so it's this one. It's relatively simply once you done it, once you do it one time. So this is how it looks like. So those informations you absolutely need. So this is the InfluxDB, and this is where we are actually sending the data. You need your organization ID. So the organization ID you will get when you create, or you can create multiple. You can create multiple organizations. That's not the issue, but this is what I'm talking about. So the organization, it needs the name, and it needs the bucket name. Let's go back. Citrix is the bucket name. Where is it? Buckets. Here, buckets. So this is done by me. The monitoring and the tasks is they will show up by default when you do a clean install. And let's go back to the script. Here you need the token. So it's this token for me, but you will have, of course, a new token. And we are gathering the host name as a variable, because as you can see here in Grafana, we take the name of the delivery controllers. You can do this differently. For example, you can gather not the DDC name. You can, for example, get the site name, because if you have, I don't know, 10 different sites, you will not remember the name of every delivery controller. You will know the name of the site, and you can replace that in the script with the name of the site. Okay, let's go back. And the rest state file is the state file. Every time the script runs, it will write the date and the second and the minute when it has when it was executed. So it will generate this this file, and here we have just the time the timestamp. This is the logic behind the script. You can make it differently, but this is how I've done it. And we are looking in the event viewer under for the events in the applications. So here, and we are looking for Citrix broker service. So we are only interrogating the Citrix broker service because other events, other sources can generate this event ID, and we don't need to see anything else. We only need to see the event ID from the Citrix broker servers, and it should have 1201 or 1200. So those are the events that we are monitoring. And as you can see, I've named the variable event lost and event reconnected. I hope I named them correctly. Let's see. So 201 has been lost. Oh, so I've done it incorrectly. Ha! One more time. So 100, 2000 is lost. So I messed it up, but no problem. Let's go like this and save. Okay, and now it just runs the part that I told you that it runs every minute. And let's go to the sending to the InfluxDB. So this I got generated with this part I've got generated with an AI because I didn't really know how to send data to InfluxDB, but this is how you can do it. Basically, you send the data that you collect directly into the API, and you write three things. You write lost, connected, and you also write the host. It's written here somewhere. Timestamp, okay. Token line. Yeah, I don't really see it right now, but those three things are sent to the InfluxDB so that you can later on filter it in Grafana. So this is the script. Now that I fixed it, let's fix it all over the place because it's written also here. Let me go Citrix monitoring, edit, and it's the other way around. Save, and I have it in one more place on DDC02. So it is a good thing that I've done this video because I didn't look too carefully. Okay, so come on. 0 and 201. Save. Let me check the event ID one more time so that we are 100% sure. So 200 restored, connected, and that other. Okay, perfect. Okay, we fixed the script. Now let's go. So the PowerShell script sends the data to InfluxDB, and now we are reading it with with Grafana. Let's refresh here. So we are clean for the last 5 minutes. For the last 15 minutes, we are still stuck. No problem. Let's edit a little bit and let's start from scratch. Edit. I just need the query because this is also something that I don't know. I generated with some AI. So let's put it in a notepad. Wait, here in don't have notepad. I should have. Okay, so this is the query. And let's create a new dashboard. So back to dashboards and dashboards. Discard. Did I do anything? No, discard. Okay. Yeah. So before we create the dashboard, I did create. Where is it? Vertex, Explorer dashboard. Where was that? Come on. Where you connect, where you write the data source. Not drill down, not connections. Add connection. It's this one. Confirm database sources. On this one, yeah. I forgot where it is. So under connections, you just go to data sources or add new connection and you select InfluxDB. I did type here my the URL of the InfluxDB. I didn't use any of those authentications. I just used the organization name, the token. It's the same token that I used in the PowerShell script, and the name of the bucket. Save and test, and you should get here a green check. So this is all I have done, and of course I selected here Flux. When you first edit, it will be on Influx SQL, but in my case I selected Flux. Okay, so this is the first thing that you have to do to create a new data source, and then we go to the dashboards. Okay, let's create a new dashboard. Add visualization. We have the same data source. Let's call it for the video. And I went with table. Under queries, I will use the same query that I copied a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, I can show you the query. I really don't I don't understand it too much because I didn't do it myself. I used an AI to do it, but the logic behind it is it will gather the information. And the important thing is that even if no events are passed through, it will show 0. So let me just save the dashboard, save. And if I go here, what I mean with 0, 5. So even if no data is sent from the domain control, from the delivery controllers, because you have no events, it will not, it doesn't send anything. And this is what all this query does. If there is no data, it will not write here no data, it will write a 0. And it's much easier for you to look at it. If you see 0, then you're fine. Okay, so this is one thing that I've done. Then used transformations, and I selected here organize fields by name, because as you can see, connected and lost, those are the entries sent by the PowerShell script. Let's go back to the PowerShell script. Where is it on DDC1? So we are sending, this is the text that we are sending, lost and connected. And because I didn't want to use it, you can of course change it directly in the script, and you can write the things that I will show you now. Where is it? Here. So connected, I want to type db con from connected, and here I want to type db lost. But the same thing you can write directly in the PowerShell script, and then you don't have to do this. This is basically, we are converting, as you can see. So if I delete it, it's back to the default information that comes from the PowerShell script, and here we're just renaming. So what this does, it actually converts connected into db connected, db con, and db lost. Okay, so this is one thing. Let's save. And because as you've seen in my in my dashboard, I also used colors because it's much easier to see the 0 as green, and if something happens, it should highlight as red, and that we can do below. Yeah, you can also do this. You can move it up, and then you have the db lost first and the db connected second. Save dashboard again, and I want to go to the colors. Where are the colors? So we are searching for cell options. It is somewhere here. Cell options, and we want to go with colored text. It will make everything green, but if we go a little bit lower, then we add thresholds, and we say here, let's say red is 1, green, let's do another green, green is 0, and the base means everything else. Then just go with the text color like this. Okay, let's save again. Now we have them colored. And one more thing. Yeah, here, let's go with 70. Oh, come on. That 70. Save. Okay, you can also change here the default time, so last hour, and if you go save, then if you check this update default time range, then every time you open the dashboard it will be set on 1 hour. Okay, so we are done here. Let's go back to dashboards. Let's go to new dashboard. This is the one that we just created. Let's exit the edit mode, and now we can play around with it. Let's do 5 seconds, and let's go 30 minutes. Let's go 15 minutes. Okay, and let's go 5 minutes. So this was it. This is how I've done it. I hope you can reproduce this on your own. Let's check out again the query, because this will help you. If I go edit, let me take it. Control C, and let me open Visual Studio Code. I want to paste it. New file. Let's say bash text. I'm opening it on a different screen, but let's say okay, it's here. So this is the entire query. So you can take it. Let me show you how you can take it very easily. You can hit and run, because this is what everyone does. They just steal information, but no problem. I don't care. So you have your snipping tool. You stop the video, take the snapshot, and then you convert it to text. And voila, you have the entire query. So I can paste it again. Yeah, it's not that nice, but you have it, and you can use it in your own environment. Yeah, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you like this type of video, so you learned a lot today also to use the snipping tool. Yeah, have a great day.